All right. About to get started here. What's good? What's good? Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. We're live. We're live. We're live. Last day of the week. About to get started here. Look at the charts. Market's actually looking pretty interesting as we finish and head towards the end of the week here and the end of the month. Close to the end of the month here too, right? Market's looking interesting today going into Friday. Well, we've been just kind of in a range all week. When we look at gold right now, I'm going to take a look at it here. Been some crazy moves in New York session. But yeah, market's pretty much just been ranging as we head towards, again, Friday. It's Friday. Market's last day of the week here. And you can see when the market opened, gold pretty much exploded. Last Friday was super bullish. There was a part of last week that ran up and kind of chopped around. You can see there's a bit of a consolidation last week. We kind of chopped around there. That's kind of like a consolidation right there. This right here is like a consolidation. Price has more control there. You can see like there's more control here. It's staying up, and that's kind of what we've been actually doing. Just a lot bigger now this week. Kind of just keeping some control, staying up here. We're above psychological level. What's good? What's good? We've been above $5,100 all week. But you can see right now we're kind of in this triangular shape with gold sitting above breakout. Like I'm seeing, the possibility for a breakout. What I'm seeing, got this triangular shape here forming. 4-hour chart. Yeah, this is how we've pretty much spent the week. Smash the like button, yo. Smash that like button, fam. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. 4-hour triangular shape. You can see here. Let me remove this. I'll come back to that maybe in a minute. But 5,100. Pretty sure, yeah, we talked about that at the beginning of the week. The first stream I did, it was like Sunday afternoon. Crazy, you can see this was on February 23rd. Only chart that I actually posted this week. And yeah, like gold, beginning of the week, I noticed right away, like right when the market opened, it pushed up this week, right? Gold pushed bullish right when it opened. So we've literally stayed in the range, like that whole entire range from when the market opened. We've just stayed in that whole entire range from like when the market opened. And like the end of where the market like finished last week. Yeah, we talked about it at the beginning of the week. Like I brought this up, something I noticed beginning of the week. That was like 3 days ago, Sunday. So we've been above, like you can see that this is a key level. We use whole numbers like $5,100. You can see how that literally lines up with resistance. So is there resistance there? Like, you know, you might see like resistance, right? You can obviously see like a resistance there. Price is key. This is why price is key, because it's like, look at where that resistance is, right at 5,100. So it's like, what even creates like support and resistance, right? Where can we find reactions around? You can see a key level here, create around 5,100. We've been, yeah, all week. It's Thursday. Well, it's Friday now. Going like the last 4 days have just been sideways. So I think we might get a breakout. Like, I do think this might be trying to break out. New York session's been pretty crazy. There was a huge like manipulation this morning. It was insane. Same thing happened 2 days in a row now. So I figure if we don't break out early, it's like expect like what's happened the last couple days with New York session, maybe today. Prices could fall. But we're still in this range where it's like there's a breakout probably going to happen. New York session has been very interesting this week. This morning and yesterday morning did the same thing. Today at like 9 o'clock, there was a crazy candle. And then another one at like 10. So where's yesterday? 9, right here. Yo. 9 a.m. yesterday. And 9 a.m. today. We're pretty crazy. I mean, today was crazier than yesterday. So if you look at, New York session. Let's put on this so you guys can see. This will help clear things up. You can see like yesterday there was this crazy wick, and these are often moves. These are often the things that can start moves. Manipulation, like that could be something to wait for going into New York session. Manipulation. It's been doing that the last couple of days. There's been manipulation before the moves. It's actually happened 3 days in a row where there's been like a strong bearish move going into New York, and then it creates the buy. So like if you look at Tuesday, for example, Tuesday morning, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., dumps, and then it creates the buy. So before that, you could see price was pretty flat. You could see that before that, it might have looked like longs here. Like this would have been a good place to be taking longs. I was actually, yeah, I actually caught some buys. I was up like 150 pips. I actually caught 2 buys in that area. I actually caught 2 buys in that area, like kind of in the same day. Back around here, this one. I actually was looking for, so yeah, literally speaking from experience, like area that you'd be looking for buys. You know, maybe looking for longs, go back up, fill this imbalance here. You know, come back to this candle. It'd be a good area to be looking for longs, right? In here. Smash the like button, yo. Y'all see, Karen, tell him, Karen. Fucking tell him, Karen. Tell him. Fucking tell him, yo. Tell him. What's going on? Let me check it out. I don't mean the like button in the chat. Smash the like button on the video. On the live. On the live, fam. Damn, yo, come on. Yeah, Karen's right. Yo, we got like almost 100 people watching. 29 likes. Damn. So yeah, like an area you'd be looking for long. So if you look at price going into New York, there's been manipulation or liquidity being really, really grabbed in the early hours. Tuesday. This is Tuesday. So there was strong sells going into New York. Strong sells there. Or you could look at it like that. There's a strong sell. I kind of see it more as like liquidity grab, manipulation to set up for the buy. And more like strong bearish move down creates a buy. The next morning, so that's New York session Tuesday. Wednesday we get this wick. You can see the next morning there's this candlestick wick right here. So if you actually look at the last 3 days, there's been wicks like this, liquidity grab. That confirmed a buy right after, literally. See, Tuesday there was a strong move. Tuesday had a strong flush out before creating the buy. Around, you can see 9 a.m. candlestick there. Started rejecting. You start getting a rejection candlestick now. I'll explain. I'll explain what rejection is here. I got some screenshots that'll help. Let me see, where are they? I'll explain a little bit here of like what rejection is. This will help a lot of you guys here. I'm going to airdrop myself some screenshots. Rejection. We often talk about rejection. Rejection candlesticks. Those can always come in different shapes, forms, behaviors. Rejection candlesticks. They can really confirm a potential entry in the market. Something that rejects. And you know, the way the market could be delivered into that rejection candlestick can be at times fast. There can be manipulation, liquidity grabs, especially into certain times or the right prices. It was like I said, if you look at the last, so that was like Tuesday, right? Tuesday, it's like, oh, okay, price is stalling out here. And then boom, dumps. Wednesday, same thing happened. Gold was looking like buys and then flushed out. This candle came all the way down bearish, but then it flipped back up shortly. I only really look at gold, NASDAQ and indices. I never really look at those. More gold, crypto. And then this morning was pretty similar to yesterday. You could see, again, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., longs for gold. At 9 a.m., 10 a.m. range. Or 9 a.m., 10 a.m. candle. Maybe closer to the 10 a.m. candle. So last 3 days, New York session has had similar price action in a sense of like it's set up for buys. There's been buys in New York every session this week. Even Monday. Monday was extremely bullish. And then we've come back down and we've just, look at New York. New York session has had a buy inside of it. Going into like those early hours. It's pretty much started off with like manipulation, liquidity grab. Something we can adapt to moving forward, thinking about New York session. Like if we're going to take trades or wait for trades in New York session, we could obviously wait for manipulation to occur. That might not happen every single day. You might not always get manipulation or liquidity grabs. But New York can be the session that's more constant with that on average. If you were to go to 100 New York sessions, you'd probably see more manipulation, more liquidity grabs in New York session. So it kind of takes a move to make it takes a move to make a move in the markets. Really takes like these things to happen. Like it takes this to create that buy, and that hits $5,100 exactly. Like if you look at where that buy goes into, it goes into 5,100, makes a rejection candlestick. Remember I said smash the like button. I'm about to explain something important. I'm gonna show you something that's really gonna help you guys understand what I mean by rejection candlesticks. This part will be good. A lot of people ask. A lot of you guys already know. Like I bet like 70% of you guys know, but this will always help fine tune things, even if you already know. All right, so rejection candlesticks. I'm gonna talk about this in a minute. But yeah, other than that, like when you look at gold right now, I think there's gonna be a breakout. We're gonna try to get above 4,200. Like how that good entry presents itself, like timing could be key. Like if London doesn't really give you an entry, then you have to attempt an entry in New York. Like it could be looked at by sessions. Like if I have a bias on something, I'm gonna use the sessions to try to find an entry. I'll first maybe attempt an entry in London session and see how that entry goes, if that can work out maybe for the bigger move, or think more towards New York session. It's like if I have a bias, if I think something's going to happen, I could angle my attempts, my setups, my entries around sessions. It's like, okay, let me see if there's an entry in London session, if I can find a good entry point or a good setup in London session. If not, I can always try to use New York session in terms of timing, wait for something. Wait for New York session could probably be like wait for manipulation to occur. Like New York session will probably be like wait for manipulation. If price doesn't really push up in London, if it stalls around, there's probably going to be that manipulation liquidity grab in New York before like a good entry. Like so something to kind of prepare yourself for, because gold has been doing that the last couple of days in New York session. I think like every New York session this week so far has presented a buy. I think if you look at gold, like the last 5 days, New York session has had some strong movement in a couple hours into it. So going into Friday, we might see price try to push up even going into next week. Like we've been literally just stalling. We've been stalling, so kind of anticipating a breakout. That could maybe go a few ways. Even like we have like the top here, obviously, which is around $5,200. So it's like if price is able to really clear that, like if we're able to really get above that break and close, like we get a significant close above there, it's like maybe then there's a retest continuation above that level. That's another way to maybe look at price if the market does that. If it's going to more like go for a breakout situation, break above the highs, close above it, pullbacks, that could be a possibility. If that breakout's coming, which I think it is, like this triangular pattern, if you look at gold, like I said, we've been in this sort of triangular pattern for a little bit, right? I mean, the whole week. Gold came in, if you look at Friday, a lot of movement happened Friday. Like Friday moved a lot last week. And then Sunday moved up a lot, Monday. So there was a lot of movement here. But really, like gold usually moves a bit more than like this in the sense of like direction. Like it's been 4 days and we've kind of just been, like I said, in this more triangular, rectangular even shape. That looks like a breakout could be coming. All right. Something to take into consideration. I went over this yesterday. Crypto, interesting. I don't know if you guys saw that news yesterday. Everyone was talking about crypto with the whole Jane Street manipulation in the market. Today will be a fake Friday. Yeah, it could be like a fake out. Like we could dump down. Like look at today, it's chilling, consolidating right now. Not much has really gone on the last few days. Pennant, yeah, that's what I see. And like considering time, it's spent some time in this pattern like the whole week. A breakout, like if it really successfully breaks out, that could take us to try to go back to like 5,300. If it successfully breaks out, that could try to take us to like 53. It looks like a pennant. Yeah, exactly. Some people are saying in the chat, triangular pattern, pennant. We've been kind of stalling. Fake Friday. Yeah, like price has been pretty calm, so it's always New York session that could bring in those crazy moves like manipulation, liquidity grabs. Go look at your chart and look at what's happened the last 3 days, New York. There seems to be like every time it dips going into New York, and there's buyers coming in, it dips. It being Friday, if it does the same thing, it would probably be a bigger move because it's a Friday. So if it does do what it's done the last 3 days, like drop into New York or have manipulation, could be a bigger move. So just anticipate that. Yeah, that's why I see like some of you guys are saying in the chat, pennant, triangular pattern. Yeah, yesterday. This was interesting because a lot of people knew this was happening. There's this hedge fund called Jane Street, and they were sued 2 days ago. And there's been this 10 a.m. manipulation going on, like literally like for the last few months. There's been always sells on Bitcoin at 10 a.m. This Jane Street hedge fund got sued for insider trading, insider info on order books, market manipulation. It's very interesting when you get into it. Because this right here, Jane Street. So Jane Street accused of insider trading that collapsed Luna. If anybody remembers, in May 2022, it was May 10th, 2022. Luna, Terra. And a lot, like I've seen this play out before in domino effects, like how these things cascade. All these events cascade into bigger things, create more fear. Or it's like there's an event all inside of that cascade, like the market's already going down, and then you get this event that happens while the market's already going down. So it's interesting because this Jane Street is the major market maker for BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF and helps facilitate trading, liquidity, and share creation redemption for IBIT. It's Jane Street. And in the last two crypto crashes, it's a coincidence. Like everyone, like it's definitely a coincidence. All markets are manipulated, to say the least. If we go like Bitcoin, some of you guys might have noticed this or known this already. Yeah, they got caught with using like algorithmic. I forget the exact word. Something algorithmic. Right here, I think it might say even here. Lawsuit claims that Jane Street used sophisticated algorithms and insider level order flow data to front run retail liquidations. I don't know, no more, maybe no more 10 a.m. dumps, but that's probably why like crypto had a bit of recovery. Crypto had a little bit of a recovery. I don't think it means it's this like bullish season yet. There was a bit of recovery. I think that's maybe some of the reason. And now Bitcoin has kind of paused around a key area. We'll probably see some recovery going into like March or April, sort of like what last year did. If you look at Bitcoin last year, March, April had some recovery. Well, it really pushed up in March, April last year. So this could be an area where like a local bottom starts to establish. And I mean, the market's in a phase right now. Everybody that's wondering about crypto, a lot of people have kind of like forgot about it. And like, I don't care about it anymore. It's like there's a lot of people that are kind of done with crypto now. And you'll see all those same people that are not really talking about it and done with it. And they'll come back. When they will come back, watch. And they will be shilling you coins when markets are pumping. All like... Now you don't really want. Now people don't really want to talk like it's like some people are going away from crypto, drifting away from it. It's left a bad taste, definitely in everyone's mouth, right? There's phases that the market will go through, right? And right now, Bitcoin has been in a bearish phase. We're in a bear market, right? We are crashing. There's a lot of people that believe Bitcoin would have been at like 150,000 by now, but it's been suppressed. That's what some people believe, that it's been suppressed, because in the last few months we've actually seen the biggest liquidations in crypto history, like even in singular days of just liquidations on liquidations, people losing their crypto. A lot of what's going on is there's a lot of major names in crypto now. It's not just like crypto bros anymore. You know, crypto bros back in the day. Now you have companies, you have like hedge funds, you have like countries, you have states, pensions, institutions. You have these different entities now that actually buy this stuff. And they might buy different than like how you do. They might actually collateralize things too. Especially like if you think about like crypto in the last year or so, ETFs came in January 2024. So that created more adoption. And then after Trump won, and when I say adoption, I mean like companies got involved, countries got involved, states, pensions, right, got involved. After Trump won elections, a lot more of that got involved as price went higher and higher. A lot of these billionaires, companies that really have deep pockets got involved, right? And like they deal with risk. They have to assess things, right? Might be different than us, but they're like a lot of these people are even experiencing volatility for the first time. And you got to think like in crypto, on anything, you can collateralize things, you can take out loans, right? And this is a volatile market. This is not like a traditional market that moves 5, 10%, 15%, 12 on it. Like this is a volatile market. Things move. You get 10% movements in a day, 20, like, right? It's a different beast. It's a different animal, right? So we don't even understand the level of people scattering in here, right? Losing their money, losing their crypto, getting liquidated completely, right? The level that it's at, right? All inside of this cascade domino effect that has been created, right? People have lost, like when I say people, like I'm not just like obviously referring to the everyday average person, but I'm talking about people who, bought hundreds of millions, 50 million, 50, tens and 20, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of crypto, and they're down 80%, 50% because they leveraged or took out loans to get more crypto, or they hold their assets. They're holding their assets somewhere where things are leveraged or collateralized. And when the market drops, you know, the market's down 52%, but when it drops here, we dropped 34%. When you make a 34% drop after you already dropped X amount, it gets really, really bloody. So there's a lot happening in here. And I've been in cryptocurrency since 2015. I've seen this before. It's just like what happened in here. There was a lot that started to go on in there, especially towards the bottom. The FTX collapse, which was the biggest liquidation in history up until this point. Now we've experienced the biggest liquidations in history. This candlestick right here was the FTX collapse. That candlestick right there. Before that, there was a lot of other things. The Luna, in May 2022, there was the Luna Terror crisis, which up to that point was the biggest liquidation in history. That day, and Bitcoin started to fall after that. There was the whole China wanting to ban Bitcoin. That happens every time. That happens every year. That's happened every year. When they wanted to shut down mining, when China wanted to shut down Bitcoin mining. I've seen this before. And inside of here, I remember there was a bunch. And why am I saying inside of there? Well, that's the last time we've had this phase. Right? That's the last time we were in this phase. The last time we were in this phase was down here. In 2021, right, to 2022. Lasted some time. Now, if you look at the market, it made a peak. It ran down. Recovered. Continuation. We're not that far from the bottom. I don't think so. Look at the chart real quick. All right. This was the last bear market. So a lot of people are shocked right now. Like, oh my God, Bitcoin's dropping. But we got to consider, like, the last time it actually went through a bear market was like 3-4 years ago. Started in 2021 November. So almost 2022. Lasted a year. 2021. That was like 5 years ago. That was the last time we had a bear market. We went in for a bear market. All right. Yo. What's good? How we doing in the chat? What are you guys saying? Smash that like button, fam. Smash that like button, yo. Smash that like button, all right? That's all I'm saying, all right? That's all I'm asking. So it's like, yeah, we're in this extreme phase right now, but we haven't had one of these in like 4 years, 5 years, right? So is that normal or is that bad? Like, like for a market, that's healthy. That's normal. That's quite normal for a market to, go through something like this after time, right? A lot of time has surpassed since we started that last phase down. All right. So we're like, if you look at this, we just made this extension down, right? We're making this move down. We just made this move down. So if you ask me what I'm doing, I'm accumulating what I can. If you ask me, right? Not financial advice here, just education, trying to show you guys like what I see on the charts, map things out for the next 6 months to a year. right? Because I see us like in this wave right now. Type in the chat for me if you guys see what I'm seeing here, if this makes sense. Type in the chat if this is making sense so far. Type in the chat for me. Type in the chat for me. We might not be that far off. Maybe close. Maybe closer to the summertime. What is it? We're about to be March, April, May, June. Summer comes like in 4 months. June. I'm not trying to time things perfectly because like crypto can move fast. Like things can change 20, 30, 40% in a day with a lot of cryptos. Like, so I'm not trying to time things perfectly, but I know like we've been bleeding out. We're in extreme fear, and like we're the most oversold. Like we're one of the most oversold levels we've been in like history right now with Bitcoin. Extreme fear. I mean, every time the market's kind of in that extreme fear territory, that's like the best place to start like accumulating your cryptos. Even if it just recovers out of that, like, and comes back. But 60s so far are holding. A lot of people are convinced we're going to zero. And that's what you start to hear in these phases, right? What you start to hear in these phases is we're going to zero. There's been a lot of controversy, right? Epstein files, right? A lot of people think Jeffrey Epstein created Bitcoin. Now, I'm not going to talk about who that is. If you don't know who it is, you can look it up. Here, this is my take. We're living in a simulation. They're all paid actors. They're distracting us. Something's going on. Here's my take. We won't go deeper on that. My YouTube might be like, what are you talking about? Live right now. Won't get into who that person is. There's something on Netflix. There's like a Netflix show about it. I won't get into who he is, right? But in the midst of all this, we've had some crazy stuff like Bitcoin to zero. Jeffrey Epstein created Bitcoin. He's Satoshi Nakamoto. Who knows, right? That's where we've gotten. Whether you believe that or not, that's up to you, right? Whether you think that's facts, that's for you to figure out, right? Do your due diligence. I've talked about it on streams. Let me know if we're making sense here. No alt season, no Bitcoin season. I mean, when alts move, they move in like 2 to 3 months. That's it. Like when alts move, they move in a couple months, and that like it's like boom, it's quick like that. When alts move, whatever the major caps are, when they move 3x, 5x. Some may even go to 5, 10x. Really quickly, like really, really quickly. Now, if you look at last time Donald Trump was president, like who knows what this guy's still trying to do, right? With these markets even, right? For the 3 years time span that he still has as ongoing president of the United States. There's a lot of stuff happening, but I don't think it's by like, we talk about coincidences. I think later on, like 6 months to a year from now, some of these things we're seeing now, we'll look back at it and be like, what a coincidence that was, right? Altcoins, altcoins. What I've noticed is that they can give you that 2-3 months boom, and that's it. Like some coins will 3x, some coins will 5x, and depending on like the category, maybe more than that. I mean, from these prices with alts, if we're talking about an alt season now, like most altcoins, major caps, next phase, these are the prices and the levels where it's like, oh, you could actually get more of like a 3 to 5x. Like the actual prices things are going to and coming to, it's like, oh, might make more sense to look for those 3, 4, 5x's from these prices in that next phase all the time. Because think about it, like there's coins like, months ago, everyone's expectations got kind of burnt out months ago, right? So it's like if you were looking for certain coins to 3, 4, 5x months ago, now those same coins are at the point where it's like, oh, okay, like they're actually, when it comes down to the point, we're coming to those low levels versus like months ago when things were maybe like here. It's like, okay, we're looking for a 5x there, or a 3x, 5, whatever. Now you actually have that opportunity way more. So it's like whether it's alt season or just even getting a multiple, the market's a lot of coins, the market generally is like heading to a spot where that multiple is actually going to be easier to get. And I mean, the ones who like, I think like the people who stay patient know like, we're in a phase right now with the market that we haven't been in years. That alt season you might be talking about, or just that phase where it's like altcoins go up again, where it's like they could explode in like 3 months, not forever. Because like Bitcoin went up so much, it was impressive. Not every altcoin went up as much as people were expecting, and that's where it's like, that expectancy got a lot of people out crypto and isn't going to keep a lot of people in crypto. And when the market, I tell you, that missed expectancy now is making people die out in disbelief that we're never going to get it again. So like it's not worth the risk, that people aren't willing to take the risk now because they're not seeing, oh, I'm not going to get 100x, I'm not going to get 50x, I'm not going to get 20x. Because the expectations that everyone had, like there was things that performed, things did go up. Like we can't say that things didn't go up, right? At a point, right? But that missed expectancy now is gonna keep people on the sidelines way longer because they're like, oh, like things are probably not gonna do what it did again. The market, like. You get in that kind of like what you get in at the price. You get in at the prices you deserve, the prices that you accumulate at. And yesterday even showed like things can move pretty fast in a day. Like there was some big movements yesterday. Not getting all hyped up, saying this is the bottom, but prices can change. So when repricing happens, like the time where gold slows down, maybe where gold pulls back, goes into consolidation. Not yet. Doesn't look like it yet, but when things get repriced, right? When liquidity comes in, it might look different than it looks right now, right? Obviously, and that could take time. But yeah, like I know a lot of people are panicking, but I've seen this before, and this time it's way more extreme. This time it's way more extreme. Why? We're at higher prices, but also who's involved now? There's way more different types of entities involved. It's not just like crypto cowboys anymore or crypto bros. So what's the most we can go down for? I would say like a year maximum, but I've been in crypto since 2015. Markets can always take a turn quickly with the right news, the right sentiment. But about a year, let's say. A year would be like the timeline where, okay, that's like if we go down for, right now we've been down for like what, 144 days. So damn, like another 200 days. If we stay down, like we could stay down for a year. That's what a lot of people are saying. Like a lot of crypto things that I follow. The maximum pain in terms of time would be probably a year. That's what last bear market was. Last bear market was a year. Now, you don't have to share this with everyone. We don't need like millions of people knowing this, right? Just keep this part to yourself, right? And then we're gonna see Bitcoin bear markets only last a year. All right, we have this many days, and then everyone starts talking about it. The news is talking about it. CNBC's talking about it now. Like, let's keep it calm. A year, like last bear market lasted a year. From top to bottom. Now, I've heard people say that, like, I've heard a lot of people say that it might be lessened, you know, like that percentage that it drops could gradually kind of decrease over the years. So a lot of people are expecting it to go to 40, 50. That could happen. 40, 50K. Does that mean it's over? Like, because this is where you have to, like, prepare yourself for worst case scenarios. Like, does that mean it's over? No. Like, if it goes there, I'll tell you, the market will be shitting itself. Like, 40, we go 50s. If we hit 50s, the market will be, like, shitting itself. People, like, be like, we're cooked. Does that mean, like, it's over? No. It doesn't. I mean, Bitcoin went from 69,000 to 15,000. And then it went from 15,000, 16,000 to 126,000. So the last bottom was made at 15,000. 15,000 took us to 126. 15 went to 126. So if we come to 50, is it over? If we come to 40, if we make the bottom between 30 and 40 or 40 and 50, I mean, if we come there, is it over? No, because think about it. The last bottom at 15 took us to 126. So, like, the next bottom could come at 30. That would take us closer to 200. Like, the next bottom could come at 30. Could come at above the last bottom. Market structure, guys, all right? Take out your fibs, all right? We're going for that 78.6 retracement, 61.8 retracement. Market structure, all right? We got the low. Holy. We got the high. We're going for that lower. We're going for that higher low, right? End of the, like, it could come closer to the end of the year. The last quarter of the year. The last quarter of the year. All right. What's good? What's good? Smash that like button. Like I said, fam, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'm going to be live a couple times today. Keeping an eye on gold. We're going to look at gold in a minute. But yeah, we're doing a little crypto rundown right now. So imagine if it came to 40, like, and it made the bottom at 40 or 30, where could that next phase take it to? Again, like, last bear market went down for a year. All right? A year, fam. Don't be shy, yo. Smash the like button, yo. Smash the like button. Don't be shy, guys. So did the one before that. It lasted exactly a year from top to bottom before going. Last two bear markets, all right? I'm not going to go over too much more of this. There's a lot more we could go into, but we'll be talking about this for like a whole hour more, or 2 more hours probably. I'm going to look at gold, but we'll talk about this real quick. The last two bear markets. Still got one more thing I want to go over on this session about rejection candles. I'm going to give you guys some sauce after this. Trust, just wait. Got a good little thing to go over in a minute. last two bear markets lasted literally from top to bottom, from peak to the exact bottom, like a year. 364 days right there. You know, probably 365 days. 365 days. Boom. Went from December 2017. Bam. December 2018. A year. Same with the last one. November 2021 to November 2022. So that means October. When was the peak? Was here October, or was it summer? Some people are saying it was like July, August. Like the peak was between like August and October, really. So that means the bottom could come between August and October. And that'll give us our year. Wherever price is. I got my left nutsack on this. So basically we're rich. When are we rich? So 2026. 2028 we up, fam. Alright? Remember that. Someone clip this or something, alright? Someone clip this, someone record this. 2028, alright? If I'm right about this, like, I mean, like, the market's gonna go up. After that bottom comes in, the market's gonna go up for 1,000 days. It's gonna go up for 1,000 days. And where would that take us to? Like, this is where it could go into a much longer session about this, right? We could go much longer into this. All right, what's gold doing? Did it just do that wick back there? No, that was earlier. Gold's chilling right now. I think it's waiting. Like, it's gonna wait. London, some volume might come in. Like, it's chilling right now. You want to honestly wait for some liquidity grabs or manipulation. Like, yeah, it could break out up, but it could create those entries still, those liquidity grabs, even manipulation. Like volume. Volume comes in London or New York, like I showed you guys at the beginning of the session, the whole New York session stuff we were talking about. It's like those moves, like dollar's weakening. I know this, like dollar is kind of rejecting like on the daily here. Interesting, yeah. If the dollar rejects down, which looks like it wants to, this area, dollar has been rejecting. Depends on the DXY too. Like if DXY comes in with a stronger bearish movement, it's been rejecting this daily area. I've been looking to see if this daily rejects on the DXY. Sort of is. That could bring in like some inverse correlation for gold if like DXY has a strong bearish move. But yo, no setups right now. There's no signal right now. I want to wait. Like I don't want to enter gold right now here. I want to wait maybe for some volume to come in, a breakout up, or even like moves down, sharp moves down. We might get one of those sharp moves down in New York session. It's Friday, so if it gives the opportunity for that breakout, like Friday's usually the day where like most people miss out. Like look at last Friday how gold moved. Extremely bullish. So it's like you would have had to hold buys into Friday, through Friday to get those buys. That's the thing about Fridays with gold, is it could start movements Fridays that carry on into next week, the new week. If you'll notice a lot of times with gold, it's like that. last Friday, like if you look at last Friday, like to really catch those buys, you would have had to hold into Friday and past Friday. Like if you were buying before that, and again, there was manipulation on that. There was a crazy move down on that Friday at 10 a.m. Friday, manipulation, like Friday, crazy wick in the morning, right? Tuesday, we went over this already. But like to catch that move up, you would have had to hold past. Like to be in that, it's like you would have had to have like better entries that you swung before that, right? Or hold past that, right? So it's like this breakout, like I got a feeling like it could be something like that where it's like it carries on into next week, but Friday plays a role. Like, because look, we've been chopping around all week. What time is it here? I think I'm going to wrap it up. We've been on for about an hour here, so I'm going to wrap it up for the night. Last thing I want to go over is this talk about rejection candles. This is what I mean by rejection candlesticks. This is the last thing I want to bring up here with this session. Rejection candlesticks. People always ask what's a rejection candlesticks. I have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel about it. Pretty much talk about it on every stream, so subscribe if you're new. If you haven't seen the videos, subscribe. There's a lot of fire videos on my channel. Like, a lot of fire videos. They go briefly into some of the concepts I use. Like, right now, I'm making a lot of longer videos. Like, I'm working on a lot of videos right now for Inner Circle 2.0. Some of you guys might know about that. Now, if you're new, subscribe to the channel, yo. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, fam. Some of you guys might already know. So when is the launch date? So actually, I got the launch date. I'm going to be launching between April, so 15th. So launch date for Inner Circle 2.0 is April 15th, all right? We're going to be launching whatever that week is. I don't know what week is that. Like middle of the month. So Inner Circle 2.0, April 15th. I have an official date now. So between April 15th and like May 1st, the middle of the month, we're going to be doing a lot those couple weeks from April 15th to May 1st. Inner Circle 2.0 launch. I gotta see the full website. This isn't even the full website, but we're launching 2.0. Right now, I'm recording a lot of long videos for Inner Circle 2.0. That's rolling out. Basically, we are upgrading the entire ecosystem. You're gonna have, you're gonna have your login page, and there's gonna be a free section for anybody. Like if you're not a member, there's gonna be a free section with some blogs, some insights, some info. Maybe like when I stream here. And yeah, we got the whole layout coming. There's some more stuff that I gotta add though, and here you have it. Here you're gonna have your trading journal, which you can connect your you can connect your broker to it. So that's why, like, I'm fixing things. Before we had it, you had to import the trades. Now you can connect your broker to it, so it just uploads manually. So you're gonna have your own trading journal inside of here, where you can connect your broker and update. Look at your stats. Like, I can't click on all these features right now, because this is just kind of like the PDF, the PowerPoint. I've invested over $40,000 into this, so there's more coming. But before it was import trades. You had to import your trades. Now you can connect broker. You can connect so we're working on some things, scanners, tools. Like I just there's been a slight upgrade. If anybody's seen this, it looks a bit different now. You can see here I'm gonna have videos. So on all the scanners, when you log into the scanners, you'll be able to like toggle them here and put them on here. But there's gonna be a learn how to use scanners section, and there's gonna be videos on every single scanner here. So different sections are literally gonna have different courses. Like this is gonna be Analyze Gold. This is gonna be literally a course on the scanners, videos on the scanners. There's going to be a My Hub that can show you all your stats, everything that you've done. This is going to be a fun way to see who's actually watching the stuff, who's engaging in the community, who's active in the website. There'll be rankings. And you never know. Like, there's going to be a fun way. You never know how. I'm not going to say everything right now, but just you never know. You never know what that means later. Just aim for number one. Just try to be number one. That's all I'll say. Just try to be number one on the rankings. If you're in there, try to be top 5, top 10. That's just there. Just try to be like top 5, top 3. try to be active. All right. You might have a benefit, but yeah. A lot's coming out. So April 15th, all right? A lot of you guys have been asking. Evan, when's the date? April 15th, all right? April 15th is the date. April 15th. Upgrading the ecosystem. Complete new dashboard, tools. New tools coming too. Upgrading the tools. Trading journal. That's going to be fire, like a complete trading journal. There's a lot of trading journals out there that you got to pay for. So if you're inside the inner circle, you're going to have your own trading journal. So smash the like button, fam. Type in the chat. Fire emojis in the chat. And I just added this blog insights. So there's like this isn't the full. That's why I can't really click on everything. There's going to be a get started section. So the get started section is going to be like another course on what to use, how to use it, how to function through everything, where to start, how to get in Discord. I'm going to make a Telegram. So for Inner Circle 2.0, we're going to be making a Telegram. A lot of you guys have been asking. So for 2.0, we're going to make an Inner Circle Telegram. All right. Everybody's been asking. So 2.0, that's when I'm going to make the Telegram. But yeah, these are cool. This is what I just added, blog insights. I'm gonna add another. We're gonna add one more thing. I'm just thinking about it for now. Like I got the idea between 2 more things to add. But blog insights, just added these. These are just gonna be basically like blogs, forums. I'm gonna write things about gold, right? We're gonna have updates from news, kind of like Bloomberg. We're using AI and artificial intelligence for this stuff as well. We're gonna be getting like breaking news, central banks' impact on gold prices. So using AI, artificial intelligence for like blog insights, research, market data, market news, kind of like Bloomberg and those other sites kind of do, where you get like stuff like this. You have to pay for to have an account. Like I have an account with Bloomberg. I pay like $500 a year for this. Yeah, I buy it on Black Friday though, so it does like a huge deal. So I pay like I forget what I pay, but like I get like it's a big what I'm paying right now. I think it's like $500 a year for this. Related news, like the whole account, like the whole shebang, like having access to everything. But yeah, like stuff like this where you get like related news, research, stuff like this. Like gold, little change in U.S. and Iran agreed to extend nuclear talks. They're extending their nuclear talks. So that's what like blog insights is gonna be. Stuff on like you can see this was 3 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 3 hours ago. Breaking central banks impact on gold prices, like stuff like that. But yeah, can't click on like everything fully, but yo, 2.0 is launching. I'm telling you, it's gonna be legendary. Like I don't even have like the people I'm working with to build the site. That it's been a big build out. They're like, wait till you. They're telling me they're like, wait till you see it. Like, wait till you actually see the full functional website. Cause I haven't like I'm showing you guys this this probably gonna in like a week or 2. But yeah, like we could read this if you guys want. Interesting. We'll look at this later. April 15th, all right? I'm working on a lot of videos, longer videos that go over stuff like rejection candlesticks. Just stuff, just information, general information, all right? So what is a rejection candle? It's a candle that can confirm like support coming in or resistance coming in, a reversal in the market, an entry in the market. There's one here at 5,200. Like that's a rejection candle right there, a bearish rejection candlestick. So it can be a point where the market pauses, reverses, creates a confirmation to enter. So look, for example, this is a screenshot of when I was entering a gold buy. I entered after I saw this rejection candlestick. This is a 30-minute chart, by the way. Nice long wick, sweeps down, small body, rejection candle. This is what I mean by rejection candle, because that created this entry. This was during London session last night, and that created this entry point for myself. This was a trade that I took at 51.75 gold buys. You can see shortly after the next candle starts to trigger, starts to react. I took these screenshots in the moment. So I'm making videos like this right now. Like I'll be streaming as much as I can, but right now I'm working on a lot of videos, a lot of content that takes time because I'm screenshotting stuff like this. I'm screenshotting stuff, showing examples, trying to get good examples of stuff. So I'm working on a lot of stuff for Inner Circle 2.0. We just did an upgrade. We just did a little update. There's more updates coming. We're not done. Like this just got added. You can see here, this wasn't here the other day. If you saw this the other day, this wasn't here, and this chart this should look a bit different. So yeah, you'll be able to click on those. Like I can't right now. There's nothing there right now. Oh, so yeah, April 15th, fam. If you're not inside the Inner Circle, all right. We're about to change the game, I'm telling you. If you're not inside the Inner Circle, right now is early. Right now is early. A year from now, 2 years from now, you'll look back and be like, damn, I'm glad I made that decision because I actually got in early. A year, 2 years from now, 3 years, whatever the time frame is, I'm going to be trading until I'm like freaking 40, 45 years old. Till I look old. I look younger right now. Believe it or not, I'm about to be 30 years old, but I look younger than I did when I was like fucking 25. It's fucked. So, yo, we're loading that. Rejection candles, though. This is like some of the content that I'm making right now. I'm showing examples like this of trades, entries. So look at this, for example. Look at the candle after. Got a nice little entry there. And then she started to push up, right? That was my entry. That was that red. That candle was red at one point. Whoa. Why does it do that? So entry was at like 406. So it was like 6 minutes out. Like this candle opened. So look at the time here at 406. So 6 minutes after it opens. So it started pushing down. This candle started pushing down. And what am I doing? I'm actually entering on it. Something you guys might not be used to doing or do. Like I'm entering on this red candle. I'm entering as the candle's dropping. And like, I don't know why a lot of traders be like, what? Like a lot of traders won't do that. They'll wait for the market to go up. They'll wait for the market to push up, right? I'm entering on this red candle. You know? Believe it or not. Might seem crazy. When I do that, people will be like, Evan, the market's dropping. Why are you entering? It's dropping. And it's like, that's how I'm getting a good entry. Because like I'm getting a better entry on a bear, you know? Buying the, you know? that turned into this. So I actually just made a fire video on this, like a 20-minute video on this. I'm gonna upload it in the inner circle. You guys can watch it if you're inside the inner circle. I'll like all the videos I have right now most of them will probably be transitioned over. Like all the videos I have in the classroom right now will be transitioned over, but I'm working on a whole new classroom like this for 2.0. So right now we have a whole basics, intermediate. We have all these sections. I'm working on a whole new thing for this as well. I have some older videos too that I could use, but I'm making a fresh course, fresh topics. But I'm gonna wrap it up. Gold, I am looking for buys. Maybe London. If not London, probably a New York session. Depending on what price does, maybe there's manipulation. Looks like 5150 is holding for now. We might try to go back down. If there's a strong breakout, that could lead to continuations. Dollar is a bit more bearish, but for now, nothing right now. No signal for right now. Like I said, remember what I said at the beginning of the session with the whole New York session bearish, New York session bearish, what happened the last few days? Keep that in mind. Market could play out like that. We might see New York session try to come in with maybe manipulation, maybe even take out the lows. What if it tries to go back to 5100, right? But y'all, I'm out. I'm going to wrap it up for now. I might pop up in the inner circle in a little bit, maybe an hour or two. I just want to record some more videos here, finish some things. And I'll keep an eye on gold. I feel like we're going to break out. We have that triangular pattern, that pennant kind of going on. But that doesn't mean it has to break out here. We could drop in New York or later and have different entries that still cause that breakout. I'm going to wrap it up. I'll probably be live in the inner circle in the next hour or two. Just check up on the charts, go over some things, talk about some experiences, some training. But yeah, that's going to be it for me here. Smash the like button before we get off. Hope you guys enjoyed this session. Hope you guys enjoyed the session. And yeah, keep an eye on gold. I see a triangular pattern. I see a pennant. Maybe, I don't know if some of you guys might have similar eyes. Maybe we got similar eyes. It's there. It's pretty basic. Looks like a breakout pattern developing. That's what I see. What's going on here? Pakistan. Okay. Yeah, we got 11 out 4 hours ago. 4 hours ago, Pakistan bombs Kabul after intensified border clash with Afghanistan. Pakistan exchange cross-border strikes. Pakistan declares open war on Afghanistan 9 minutes ago, 14 minutes ago. Clash live claims 135. Oh damn. This is going on right now. Like, this is right now. This is CNN 12 hours ago. CTV News 11 hours ago. The Guardian 4 hours ago. And then the Times of India 15 minutes ago. Yeah, this is literally like happening now. British Broadcasting News. Pakistan launched strikes on Afghanistan. So, damn. Another war? Another war? Oh, is this another war starting? Afghanistan-Pakistan conflict. Pakistan declares open war, claimed killed over 130 Afghan Taliban fighters in latest strikes. Oh, interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of tension right now. Tariff risks, because of tariff risks and Middle East tension. I mean, it's nighttime, so how does New York, like, it's nighttime right now. This is interesting. This is happening right now. More new, another war? I don't know. Looks like it could be. Crazy times. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. No wars. There will be no wars. There will be no wars. We're going to stop the wars. More wars. Wars don't stop, it seems. That's why there's a lot of tension with everything going on in the Middle East. Iran, USA, tariffs. How does this affect the market? We're going to find out, really. We're about to see. Probably the next week to two. We're going to see it. We're going to find out in the next week or two, probably. Interesting times. Pay attention to what Trump says when he talks. The guy talks a lot. He talks every day, so it's important to always pay attention to what he says. Like, you got your forex factory, red folders, yellow folders. Yes, these aren't the same as like they were when I started trading in like 2016. When I really started trading more in 2016, 2017. I started in 2015, but like, yeah, like Trump speaks a lot. He gets interviewed a lot. Press conferences, ask questions, so you could say anything at any time too, and that could give you some detail of where things are going. Maybe between, like, is it peace talks? Are they going to make a deal? Because it seems like they're kind of just like still going to push things. Doesn't seem like they're going to make a deal yet. It seems like yeah, gold little changed as U.S. and Iran agree to extend talks. So they're extending talks, whatever that means. Extending talks, more negotiations. Trump wants them to like immediately stop their nuclear program and enriching uranium, right? Like, he wants them to stop that, the nuclear program. They don't want to. They don't want to. So I guess like they're going to extend their nuclear talks. Trump says they can and will not. He says they can and will not have a nuclear program. So that's why like there's been U.S. military buildup all around the surrounding areas of Iran. Trump is ready to attack, I guess, but an attack would obviously escalate. You know, if I don't think it's just an attack. Like, if they attack Iran, then the retaliation. What does Iran do? Well, you know, so obviously I think maybe extending talks is better than them blowing shit up, right? They're extending talks. Let's see, maybe that can lead to something being agreed on near future. But also extending talks gives the market some uncertainty. It's like, okay, not much has changed. What's happening? Are they going to negotiate? Because then you're going to wake up Saturday morning, Trump's going to stub his toe on his bed, and he's going to tweet and say, this. Trump's going to wake up one day and be like, if Iran doesn't stop in 2 days, I'm coming in. You know, it's like, we'll see. But I'm out. I'll see everybody next session. Smash the like button before we get off. I'll see everybody next stream. I'll be live in the inner circle, like I said, shortly before.